Hey guys, it's Seth here, and well, it's another presentation coming up. Although it's kind of interesting how the circumstances to this happened. Um, where do I even start with this? You may recall, like in the lead up to like mid to late September, I was saying like how there would probably be another Pinball Bites episode for Pinball FX. And I figured that would probably be one of the only things that would probably be happening this season. Um, Now that Nintendo's done their thing, Sony's done their thing, Microsoft has done their thing. The Tokyo Game Show is come and gone, and probably a Pinball Bites episode would probably be the only thing of note happening in October and November. In that time frame before the Game Awards happens in December. And there was. And I missed it because I they announced it like a day before. I somehow missed the announcement on social media of it, and I wake up like a few hours after it had taken place and see that Scared Stiff was coming to Pinball FX in on October 16th. Yeah, I'm not thrilled that I missed that. GG me, I guess. But I'm kicking myself for missing that because that was my number one favorite table from the Pinball Arcade was Scared Stiff, which is an Elvira table. Um, However, one thing that gave me a little bit of hope is that at the end of that Pinball Bites presentation, which I did go back to watch, they did say that they would have announcements and surprises coming up in the coming weeks because they had their what was it their Zen Studios was celebrating their 25th. I don't know if it's Zen's 25th birthday or the Pinball FX franchise is celebrating their 25th. I don't know for sure, but all I know is they're having yeah, okay, it's Zen's 25th birthday. It's the studio's 25th birthday. Okay. So I had to look at the actual page. So the thought was, maybe they might do another Pinball Bites episode. Maybe they'll do that. I didn't get my hopes up though because they had just done one, of course. Well, you know, today comes and goes basically, and I'm thinking, it is another week now. Uh, it is another week now. It's Wednesday. A month has just started. I wonder, maybe I should take a peek at Pinball, like Zen Studios' social media to see if they announced another episode or something. Maybe even another table, like a table's been revealed or something. And sure enough, I look on there and I'm like, oh, they announced a second Pinball Bites episode for tomorrow. Well, that's interesting. Uh, so basically, there is going to be another Pinball Bites episode. I got lucky, redeemed, and I actually caught it this time. So, yeah, there's going to be another Pinball Bites episode, and there's going to be another table reveal too. They're announcing another Williams table. I don't know what it's going to be. All they've said is that it's going to be a Williams table, and it's a classic. That is really all they've said. Um, Apparently, there's going to be fun community activities to talk about in this too, but eh. I feel like the table reveal is the main event for me in this. Maybe they might announce something else of note, but I'm not getting my hopes up. I think really the table reveal, but we'll see. But they've been blunt. It's a Williams table. Now, the question is just what Williams table could it be? Because the thing is, it is still October, so they might still want to keep the spooky theme going with another spooky themed table. However, they can't do another Elvira table because Scared Stiff has already been announced. That's an Elvira table. They can't just suddenly announce another Elvira table. Even though there is one that they could do, Elvira and the Party Monsters, which came out in the 80s, late 80s. So, that is one that they could announce if they hadn't already announced Scared Stiff and there's already a Steam, like, you could already wishlist it on Steam and stuff. Um, so there is that. So I don't think it's going to be an Elvira table. I want to see. There's a table that I can think of, but I don't know if it's Williams or not. I think it is Williams. It is. Bram Stoker's Dracula. That one could theoretically be on the way. Maybe that's the one. It's a classic Williams table from 1993. They. The only thing is that it's the movie the Bram Stoker's Dracula movie. It's that's what that pinball table is based on. So there probably needs to be some extra licensing involved in that. However, because of the fact that I could see it being its own pack, it would kind of fit with the possibility that it is its own thing. So there is that. Um, Otherwise, I don't know. Of course, this is all going into the mindset that this is going to be another spooky themed table. It may not be. It could be just a regular table for all we know. But the fact of the matter is, if this table does come out, you know, they do have like an extra 2 weeks after Scared Stiff releases to release whatever Williams table this is. So I am very curious what they have this time because it's not really. Um, it could be anything. But yeah, there's been a lot of Williams tables coming out. The latter half of this year, which is not something I'm upset about by any means. I'm not. I'm thrilled. Like that's something that people have been kind of wanting was some more Williams tables. Because it's been kind of other than I think the few that we got last year, it had been kind of slow going for the vast majority of this year, and things only started you know you know taking off. Last this summer, I believe. So it's been interesting, but I think Bram Stoker's Dracula is a candidate I feel for what the table could be. Um, but that's it. I mean, I'm taking a peek at the yeah, I don't know. Like there's not really any hints at the moment on what this could be. Um, I still don't It'd be very weird if we got a second Elvira table and it ends up being in its own pack around the same time we got a second like a different Elvira table that had already been announced and it's coming out on the 16th. That would be weird, but I don't know. All I know is that this is apparently going to be a special Pinball Bites episode because of their 25th birthday. There's going to be a table review, a Williams table reveal. Apparently, you know, there's gonna be community events confirmed. I assume it's just gonna be like, collectibles that you can like, cosmetic customization stuff for your pinhole and pinball effects. I assume that's probably gonna be what that's gonna involve. Um, Otherwise, I don't know. Um, I don't expect this episode to be very long. They tend to only go. They're called pinball bites for a reason. They're not very long. They're only like a few 3 to 5 minutes. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm happy that there's a Pinball Bites episode that I'm gonna be able to tune in this time because I'm still very like I'm kicking myself big time for missing the previous one from a week or so ago. So I'm glad that I can watch this one now and react to it. So I will be locally recording my reactions, just like I did for the Pinball Bites episode I reacted to last time. I'll be locally recording my live reactions and then posting my reaction to the table reel um, afterwards, assuming it's see what table. Like, I really want to know what table it is. I am. There's not like usually there's some hints thrown around, a little bit more in the way of hints thrown around, but Zen's keeping very quiet about this one, and no one really seems to know for sure, based on what little responses I'm seeing here. So I think it's mainly because we've already gotten Scared Stiff announced that it's like some of the possibilities have kind of gotten thrown out because of that. So we'll see what happens, but you know odds are pretty good that whatever Williams table is announced tomorrow, I will be there to react to it, like locally recording my reactions. And on top of that, if the table, whatever table reveal happens, I will post my reaction to that. Not long afterwards. I mean, it's one reaction to the highlight video, so it's only not going to take long. Probably within 5 minutes after you know, the reveal happens, I'll post it. But I do want to stress this. The licensing that are in these tables can be very tricky. And what I mean is like there could be licensed copyright DMCA music in these. Um, they're not common to have something like that, but they do happen every now and then. Um, so keep that in mind. There's a small chance that if things kind of get thrown out of sync here, like with the background music, maybe I should be able to catch it. I'll mute it on my end. The actual like stream, so that way it doesn't DMCA. I don't get DMCA'd or anything. But I do want to clarify that is something I have to consider, not just for um, presentations by the big three console manufacturers, but also something as small as just simply a Pinball Bites episode for Pinball FX. But anyway, I've gone on long enough about this. I will, see you all for my reactions to the Pinball Bites episode, and especially this table reveal. I really, really want to know what it is. But anyway, I'll see you all then. But for now, that's signing out. Oh, wait, I forgot. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. I probably should have mentioned that. 1 p.m. Eastern Time. So probably give it like 5 or 10 minutes after that. And more likely, I'll be around the time when I'll post the reaction to the table review. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow. But for now, this is SF signing out. Sayonara, guys.